Hey, it's the Right Rican, and happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great Mother's Day, either with your significant other or spend some time with your mom. Went to go see my mom, so um, we had to talk about this leak. We know what we know why the left released this document, and it was because what's going on right now. You have a couple of things going on. Protest at Kavanaugh's home, one of the scariest things I've witnessed as a reporter. Um, and we could see that it's just not Kavanaugh, Alito. They had to put him in a safe location. Barrett and Roberts, they're all protesting in their house, in their homes. Um, and Biden administration is not doing anything about it. It goes, the right of the people to assemble is so fundamental to the foundation of our nation that is enshrined in the First Amendment. But the term peaceably is key, and the when, where that people choose to protest absolutely speak to whether a protest is peaceful. That's what it says here in the article. But there's a difference here. Okay, passionate protests always have the potential to turn violent, which is why it definitely matters where they happen. It's one thing to protest outside City Hall, a police station, or the Supreme Court. It's an entirely different act to protest outside a mayor's personal residence or a police officer's house. Okay. Um, and but this is the whole thing. Here's U.S. Code 18 U.S. Code 1503, influencing or injuring officer or jury generally. It goes here, whoever corruptly or threats or force or by any threatening letter or communication endeavors to influence, intimidate, or impede any grand jury, uh, petite jury, or officer in or of any court of the United States, or officer who may be serving at an examination or other proceeding before any United States magistrate, judge, or other committing magistrate in the discharge of his duty or injuries any such grand or petite jury in this person or property on account of any verdict or indictment assessment to by him or and okay all the legalese. Basically, it's what's going on with this trying to intimidate the justices. It's a federal crime. It goes here, the punishment of an offense under this section. It goes here just in case if they kill, attempt to kill, and or in any other case, it goes imprisonment for not more than 10 years, a fine under this title, or both. So they could get fined and jailed, which I find is funny because let's say, for example, there's a well-known Schumer um, threatened the judges, and this could have been seen as the same thing. But this is what's going on right now. It's this is what's going on, and this is what the left call the diversity of tactics. Okay. Actually, before I go into that, here, these things, these protests, as scary as they may be, and the Biden administration encouraging them, it's illegal. Okay. What's majorly illegal is right here. Left wing journalists calls for more violence. Uh, Here goes here. The headquarters of an anti abortion group in Madison, Wisconsin was set on fire Sunday morning. And this so called journalist is encouraging it. Okay. So when they talk about diversity of tactics, here they go. It goes here is a phenomenon where a social movement makes periodic use of force or disruptive uh, or defensive purposes, stepping beyond the limits of nonviolent resistance, but also stopping short of total militarization. Militarization. It also refers to the theory which asserts this to be the most effective strategy of civil disobedience for social change. Diversity of tactics may promote nonviolent tactics or armed resistance or a range of methods in between. depending on the level of repression in the political movement it's facing. It sometimes claims to advocate for forms of resistance that maximize the respect for life. Okay, bullshit. Because there's, attacking a group that you disagree with politically is not, calling for more of this. Look, more of this. May these people never know a moment of peace or safety until they rot in the ground. Really? So we're beyond political. Uh, we're beyond political differences for this one. When you people are actually straight up calling for violence. But this is what goes on with the, you know, this is the similar of what was going on in the riots of 2020. With the riots of 2020, you saw that, there were people peacefully protesting, but at the same time you had people that were there, to run amok. You had people rioting, you had people looting, and this is what goes on with their diversity of tactics, because it's like the peaceful protesters give cover to the people who are, doing nonsense. And that's what really the respecting the diversity of tactics is really used for, is because, hey, that happened also in Portland. You had like the mothers, whatever. I remember there was a group there that had like umbrellas, separating themselves between the violent protesters and the police, because they were stepping in front of them while these Antifa people were lobbing stuff at the cops. But this is called, this is what we're supposed to be respecting, and I think it's nonsense. Like I said, what's going on with the court justices is just intimidation. It's an influencing campaign. Okay. um and it needs to be opposed. It needs to be opposed, because this is not, um this is we can't, if we can't talk our differences, then, um you're going to see violence on both sides. I don't think, um imagine right now if you had right wing protesters going to, the liberal justices. Like me, I'm, Sotomayor is one of the most partisan people on the court. Okay. And, you know you lefties could say he's racist, but we're both Puerto Rican. So, I think that she is the most partisan person on the court there, and especially when it comes to the left wing justices. Um, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't surprise me if this was from her side. And I'll take it a step further. If it was her herself, then she would, they're talking about they want to impeach, uh, Clarence Thomas, but if she released this, she should be impeached. Um, but with that being said, we need to look. The beauty of Roe versus Wade getting overturned is not the fact, um, it's not the fact that I'm for the abortion bans that are coming in some of these states. No, the beauty about it is it takes us back to um, um, a federalist system when it comes to these laws. If you want abortion up to birth, which I think is disgusting, don't then live in California, live in New York, live in these states that think that's okay. If you're for these abortion bans, then hey, great. Go live in some of these states that are doing it, like South Dakota and, I forget what's the thing, Mississippi. Where you have the heartbeat law in Texas. By all means, go there, go live there. you know but like I've previously said in another video, step up to the plate. You gotta, it's not just about, um passing abortion bans, or making or putting limitations on abortions, but is putting the infrastructure in place to be able to step up if there's more babies being born. So, I'm happy to see here in Mississippi governor signs Pregnancy Resources Act into law, offering tax credits. And that's what he said. He goes, Governor Tate Reeves, sorry, says being pro-life is more than being anti-abortion. We need to commit more to the mission of supporting mothers and children. And I agree. And I think this is a good first step in a state that wants to limit abortion to put it out there and putting an infrastructure into place to have they want to make abortion easier. They want to increase foster care and all this stuff that it's helping. Whether the whether the mother wants to keep the child, I mean, whether the mother wants to give away the child, and there needs to be resources to help like single mothers and parents to have these children. And like I said, it's a good first step. And these states that want to pass these bans need to show that they're more than anti-abortion and they're also pro-life. And pro-life, like I said, helping. People make bad choices. They need help in lifting themselves up. So, anyways, like I said, this is an issue where I'm not this is why I don't consider myself a conservative. This is why I consider myself a libertarian, because there's certain issues that I disagree. Like, as much as in my personal life, I wouldn't want my partner, my wife, to have an abortion. It's not something where if it, ultimately I can't make that choice. It's not my body. They want to do it. I can't make them have a baby. It's impossible. You know, so so here we go with this. It's more states. If you're gonna pass these restrictions, please do stuff. Follow this lead and make adoption easier, because adoption is difficult in this country. That's why even celebrities. That's why they go overseas to get babies, because it's much easier to adopt overseas. So, anyways, um, I'll leave this here. I'm going to keep rambling on, and just let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Telegram, Parlor, Clout Hub. I haven't Polos on Clout Hub in forever. I forgot about them. Parlor, Getter. Yeah, you name it, I have it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And with that being said, have a good one.